1,800 years ago, in the ancient Greco-Roman city of Oxyrhynchus, Christians gathered together to sing a hymn of praise to their God, a hymn that was eventually buried by the sands of time, until it was stumbled upon by two English scholars, Bernard Grenfell and Arthur Hunt.
The papyri themselves were found in rubbish dumps, actually, at the city of Oxyrhynchus. So I guess after they had finished using these texts, they had thrown them away, swept them away, and they were in these massive mounds that were all littered on the site. Fragments range from about the late 1st century BC up until the 7th century AD, and we have information about ancient cities, about the people, what they were doing, but also of things like their religion, and it was a monastic city, so we have this Christian evidence as well.
Amongst the scraps of papyri was the earliest known manuscript for a Christian hymn, complete with musical notation. At the time, Grenfell and Hunt had little idea of what they'd uncovered. The fragments were catalogued, packed in biscuit tins, and sent here, to the University of Oxford. Oxford has been educating the English-speaking world for over 900 years.
These lovely doorways were once the actual entrances to the various subjects taught here at Oxford. This, of course, is the School of Logic. And next door is the School of Astronomy and Rhetoric, which is a very weird combination of subjects. I love this guy's face right here. This is now the Bodleian gift shop next time you're here. And over here is the Schola Musicae, the School of Music. Now, Oxford's medieval setting is our doorway to something much, much older, to the first Christian hymn with musical notation. Scholars call it Papyrus Oxyrhynchus, catalogue number 1786, P-Oxy 1786.
Interestingly, I think it shows very clearly the influence of Greek musical tradition going back all the way to the earliest document that we have. The Christian hymn is a remarkable discovery because it is Christian, it's the only Christian piece of music using the ancient pagan notation. It isn't really any different from that earlier music in terms of the way it uses the melodic structures.
The first hymn now rests safely in the Sackler Library, alongside 500,000 pieces of ancient papyri. What remains are 4 lines of ancient Greek, with the little squiggles that unlock the melody. Together, they encourage its readers to sing an idea that some have claimed Christians this early didn't yet believe.
And what do we sing? Patera huion hagion pneuma, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Now, scholars often say this line is of some interest, and what they mean is it's amazing. This is the doctrine of the Trinity, the Christian idea that the one God is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And you sometimes hear that that idea was only invented much later, say in 325 at the Council of Nicaea, when Emperor Constantine forced this doctrine on the church. But the thing is, here's the idea in a song from the previous century.
The song ends describing God as the only giver of all good gifts. These words capture some of the core ideas of historic Christianity. But musically, it's not exactly what we've come to expect from such lofty themes. Christians have been singing hymns from the very beginning.
The letters of 1 Corinthians, Colossians, Ephesians, and James all urge people to hymneo, that is, sing a hymn. Now, sometimes this is a solo thing, like the letter of James says that the happy person should turn this into a song, a bit like singing in the shower, I guess. But mostly these ancient references are to group singing, like we still do at the pub, at the football, and of course in churches all around the world.
The unknown composer of P. Oxy 1786 didn't use lofty sacred music. Experts recognise this hymn's melody as the sort of thing you'd hear at the pagan theatre or down at the tavern. This is music for the public, not just for the holy huddle. So we're going to give this ancient hymn back to the public.
Well, if architecture is for admiring, food and wine for tasting, songs are for singing. We've talked to the ancient experts about P. Oxy 1786, but if we want to resurrect this hymn for a new audience, we've got to talk to a couple of my friends, some of the most accomplished Christian songwriters in the world today.
That's where we're heading next. To Egypt, where the hymn was first discovered. To Sydney, where one of the church's great modern composers lives. And to recording studios in Nashville, one of the music capitals of the world. Our hope is to give back to the world a song the church hasn't sung for nearly 2,000 years. Welcome to the First Hymn Project.